In this week's market recap, I share with you the players and cards that have dropped the most over the last 7 and 14 days, compare lists to see what players could be entering their rock bottom of prices, and share with you the one player that's really surprising me because he's on a great team in the NBA and they are on a roll right now. Plus, I got to keep you updated with what Zion's prices are doing. After falling so much in the last month, we are finally getting to see some rebound in his card values. So welcome back. Now let's get to work. I'm here at Market Movers, and if you take a look at the top right, you'll see over here I have most grades included. I just don't have any raw cards included because raw cards gum up the works. It's just too volatile. It's a bad picture, a ding corner can really mess up the values and the charts would be all over the place. But if you take a look at the last 7 days, who has dropped the most, this mostly makes sense, right? You have Michael Porter Jr., you have, actually the top spot is Damian Lillard, you have some Hall of Famers, Magic and Larry, which doesn't really make sense per se, but it doesn't really make sense they should keep climbing and climbing week after week either when there's no real reason for them to continue at that pace. But the one surprising name, if you look here at the last 7 days and then at the last 14 days, you see Lillard's there, Michael Porter Jr.'s there, and Magic's there again. But the surprising name is Anthony Davis. Because look, minus 21%, 14 days in the last 14, and then minus 19% in the last 7 days. But Anthony Davis is doing well. I mean, the team is really doing well. Right now, as I record this, they're about to play tonight, so I don't know what the result is going to be, but the Lakers have really turned it on. So it's a bit surprising that Anthony Davis's cards have gone down for the last 2 weeks straight when he's on a team that's just been better and better compared to where they were a couple weeks ago. So if we head on over to the cards that have dropped the most in the NBA, and this is in the last 14 days, and it's something I want to share with you because the whole hobby has exploded. This is more like a cooling off period. So if I click on that Luka Doncic card, you'll see here that the prices have gone down from that all-time high, which was 2 weeks ago. In fact, this Luka Doncic 2019 Prism Red, White, and Blue PSA 10 was at $700 August 14th, and now the same card sold for $238. So that's a huge drop. However, you see the trajectory of the whole line. It's going up from the last 2 months where it was $69 at one point. So guys, keep in mind that when I say cards are dropping, it's very much short term. It's very much in the last week or 2 weeks. It's not overall from the last year or 6 months because nothing has been dropping like that. Heading on over to football, and this is the last 7 days in football. We see here very small numbers going down, minus 4.5% up to 10.6, and then Deion Sanders is the only guy that has had a 20+% drop. But Hall of Famer, 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 a couple starting quarterbacks, and then Jarrett Stidham is the only backup quarterback that has dropped again in the last 7 days. If we head on over to the last 14, Garoppolo's there, some of the Hall of Famers, Barry Sanders, Stidham's there again, Deion. But again, Stidham has dropped for 2 weeks in a row, and he's just one of those intriguing guys because as a backup quarterback, all you need to do is be named the starter to see a spike. Kind of like with Cam Newton. When Cam Newton was a free agent, no one was talking about him. All of a sudden he got signed and there's the spike. He hasn't played a snap of football, and neither has Jarrett Stidham. But if New England decides, hey, Jarrett Stidham is our guy, he played better in practice, in training camp, whatever, that's going to see his prices go back up, as well as if Cam Newton gets injured or just plain sucks in the first couple games of the year. That's one guy that I really like, but as you see, the last 7 days, the last 14, just not a lot of drops. We really got to wait for football to start in order to see prices move a lot more. On to baseball. You see here, last 7 days, Jason Dominguez, minus 29%, Cal Ripken's down, and I don't know baseball, so you guys take a look here. But one guy I wanted to show you is if I go to the last 14 days, Jordan Alvarez was minus 30% 2 weeks ago. He's minus 9% this week, which tells me, is this guy entering his rock bottom? And the pace at which he's dropping is slower and slower. So does that mean that it's going to be time to get into Jordan Alvarez if you like and believe in this guy? Because you can't go down forever. Now, the other guy that's intriguing is if we go down, where's he at? Nico Horner, look at that, 51% drop 2 weeks ago. That's insane. But if you go down to the last 7 days, he's not in that bottom 9. However, if you go here, there he is, 5.9%. So he dropped 51% in the last 2 weeks, only 5.9% now. That's a strong indicator to me and my mentality that, okay, this guy's at his plateau or very close to it, assuming there's no new news or like anything happening that's going to take his prices down even more. So that's one guy that if you like Nico Horner, could be a really good time to look at his cards and see if it makes sense for you. Kind of like, this is Zion. I got to go over what Zion's cards are doing because they've been dropping like crazy. But in the last 14 days, minus 5.6%. And is this? Yeah. And then check this out. In the last 7 days, plus 1%. So it looks to me like the tide has turned for Zion. It was minus 25, minus 30. And then in the last 14 days, it really slowed down. And then this week, at least while I record this on Friday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on the 28th, we are at a plus 1% for Zion. And you see here, a lot of his cards have gone up in price from that big downturn he had. So a lot, 30, 40, one was up 70%, 10s. And then there should be some that go down as well. Let's see, 1%, 2, 5%, like very minimal, 10, 20. Okay, now here we go. Now the draft picks, the pink ice, a couple are still down, including this one right here, hyper pink, minus 62%. So it looks like Zion has hit his plateau where there's no reason for his cards to drop even more. Not saying that they'll spike back up, but it looks like it's a comfortable level for investors to go back in and look at Zion cards because the prices are a lot more reasonable now. The last thing I want to show you is Card Ladder, where if you go over here, they have their biggest fallers category, and that's what I like to check out. Bill Russell, PSA 4, Patrick Mahomes card, the Kobe Bryant rookie card, Russell Wilson rookie card, and James Harden rookie card as well has dropped a lot. Check out last week's trending video, compare the 2 weeks side by side, and then you can really put the trends together. I'll see you over there.